We do return with our party. Uh, we had two arrive first before our third companion, over a day or so late to the meeting, however, nonetheless, arrived and agreed to the same terms. Immediately was transported to the rest of the party, where, unbeknownst to him, there was already much confusion and chaos happening, as the party had already conducted much travel and was on the underground, almost sewer system, and getting to a point of conflict with an aboleth upon Wizzlewick's arrival. With the help of Carl and Mr. Schultz, the aboleth was defeated, and the party was officially reunited on the mission to obtaining the Nexus Shard. Unfortunately, not far into the the catacombs and sewer system, as it were, the dangers that lied ahead quickly revealed themselves as the party was almost pushed into a chaotic situation with some Bodaks that had been remaining here under these sewers for an unknown amount of time as well. Seemingly dwarvish in nature, unfortunately, though, the party quickly began to dispatch these Bodaks, sadly. In the crossfire, unfortunately, Mr. Schultz did meet his untimely death at the hand of one of these Bodaks. The death itself is nothing more than another reason and understanding as to the lethality that has been caused from this war. Unfortunately, the mission not seemingly over yet. Wizzlewick and Carl do push through, make their way with the help of the remaining homunculus and artillery that was left, magically still temporarily sustained even after Mr. Schultz's passing. The homunculus, Wizzlewick, and Carl find their way through a dimensional portal even further within the sewers themselves, now seemingly finding themselves on an entire unknown pocket dimension. A floating island in a sourceless light cast throughout all directions. The party mates find themselves now standing before 7 pillars of stone and a central pillar in the middle with bronze energy being cast among the other 7 pillars, appearing to be the long awaited Nexus Shard made of amber that the party has been looking for this time. As they look on, they see a 20-foot tall, empty, rusted piece of brass armor in a kneeling position, staring down the Nexus Shard. The sun, sourceless but ever present here. No wind, no nature, no signs of life. Just an endless sea of just static existence here. But with that, Wizzlewick and Carl, you are here to arrive, seeing the Teddy Homunculus already have also made it to this location, but it is seemingly quiet. The threats of the sewer did not pursue you, did not follow you. As you are appearing here now, all seems still.
It's really quiet without Schultz. um,
Right, so and we have like no real idea as to where we are right now.
Yes, as far as you are aware, you fell through a portal that was an interdimensional rift that did take you to, unbeknownst to you, a completely other dimension. Above table, this is a pocket dimension that has never before been visited.
Okay. What are these orange things?
These are solid beams of golden bronze energy that is floating from the tops of each of these pillars that you see and are pushing into and around the Nexus shard that is gently floating amongst the central pillar. You guys do hear a very solid humming coming from the actual beams that are hitting the Nexus shard, but are just kind of creating a very small humming force field. And it's in this moment that you do see the sliver that you maintained with you, Carl, is absolutely glowing and is the brightest you have seen it yet. This is very much reacting to the Nexus shard in the very search for this has led you, almost like the compass it was set to be initially, has led you to this Nexus shard. It is very much in sync with what is happening on the Nexus shard in the central pillar.
Carl is going to turn to Wizzlewick and trace in the air. I think it would be reasonable. Well, actually, no. Before I say anything, do I remember the time frame we have to retrieve it?
You had 2 sundowns from the time you had left and signed the paperwork to return to the central island. Wizzlewick, upon his late arrival, you would remember this as well, Wizzlewick, that when you met with the magistrate, he informed you your other compatriots had been on their journey for over 5 hours at that time when you had left to go meet with them. So it is still later into the first day that you guys have arrived here.
Later into the first day, but we could take a long rest.
Yes, Wizzlewick would certainly be able to confirm that for you. Yes, above table, he would be able to confirm the amount of time had passed has not even reached the first, I would say, even 6 hours in total that you guys have been going.
I am going to suggest taking a long rest to Wizzlewick, because I am basically all out of spell slots.
Oh, you don't have to suggest that to me. I always am a fan of a nappy nap myself. That is something that I do not need to negotiate.
All right. I also have a point of exhaustion, so there's that.
True. Yes, that would also be resolved through a long rest as well. If that's something you all want to do you want to take any shifts? Do you just want to take the rest together?
Honestly, okay. I guess first what I would want to do is search the surroundings, make sure that we're alone first, and then set up camp.
Yeah.
And sleep.
You can make a nature, survival, perception, or investigation check.
Said nature, survival, perception, or investigation?
Yep.
I hate to be this person too, but for some reason I'm not locating the owlbear.
Oh, I'll send it to you. I gotcha.
Sorry.
Oh, slap
Thank
on the wrist for you, sir. You're good. No, you're fine. It's not the usual owlbear, so you're good. Speaking of, too, being the location of where you guys met within the Balduran Mountains, this still is, while it's a sourceless sun, it is also much warmer. It's very mild temperature throughout this area. It feels very comfortable in this existence. It doesn't feel there's any wind at all, so it just feels like there's a general static upkeep of just whatever weather patterns are happening here.
I got an 18 investigation, by the way.
Okay, investigation. You do search the perimeter. You very much get the sense that this floating island absolutely is finite. 100%. You are able to even circumference the entire island. You see no signs of life whatsoever, no sounds or otherwise to suggest any other activity has happened here. Every inch of this ground is completely covered with just what would seem like a static, natural sense of life has grown here, but nothing else has happened. So 100% you feel completely desolate and alone on this island.
All right, I'll take a long rest.
All right. And Wizzlewick, anything you want to do before taking your long rest?
Wizzlewick will go to take his long rest, but he's going to be so scared that he won't be able to sleep right away, a.k.a. he's going to take watch until he can fall asleep.
Okay. Hey, Zach, are you still with us?
I'm here.
I want you to roll a d6, and I want you to call odds or even, and tell me if it is odd or even.
Hey. I will call even.
Okay.
And it is even.
Okay. Throughout the course of this rest, Wizzlewick is going to go ahead. By the way, go ahead and make yourself a perception check, Wizzlewick, for your watch. I'm going to say with the even, Teddy Homunculus will also get a long rest throughout the course of this stay. And because you got the even, I will let you go ahead and make the call however you want to run it, if the ballista follows or not, based on the movements of the rest of the party.
I
will let you run it either way. I will run according to your decision.
We left it behind.
Okay. All right.
I think that it's funny that it's just continuously waiting for the order from you guys, that it was never given.
It's staring at a Bodak for the rest of its non-existence.
Staring at the Bodak for the rest of its existence.
For the rest of the 5 days it has.
Yep. Just slowly dies with its master.
You said you wanted a perception check from Wizzlewick?
Yes.
That will be a 13 for Wizzlewick.
Okay. You definitely look around. You are still getting a very much strong just sense of the hum. That is the only sound you're hearing for this. So it's a little unnerving at first that that's all you can hear, but eventually, over the course of the long rest, you do stifle it and kind of seem to just relax in knowing that it's the only thing you're hearing at this moment. But yeah, nothing is eventful for you guys. You all can go ahead and take your long rest. Teddy Homunculus will also get its long rest, so it will gain anything back. I'll just say, if you had anything that was expent, Zach, I will also just go ahead and just say, you know what, Merry Christmas. He gets everything back if he had anything that was expended as well.
Look at the homunculus.
But with that, you all do come after your long rest, and you are now faced again in the same situation you were before, but nonetheless fully refreshed. Your exhaustion is gone. Your concentration is gone. You know what?
Oh my goodness. One thing that this thing is...
Actually, Joe.
Yep.
Actually, point of order for you, which is actually kind of awesome. You lose your level of exhaustion, so congrats. But two, have you been maintaining concentration? Oh, you would have to go unconscious. I'm going to say you lost your concentration in this case, but you get your spell slots back. That's fine. You get your spell slots and everything back.
I knew that I would lose concentration.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking that. I was just like, oh yeah, you didn't stay up, so you're correct. Yeah. So you're good. You still get everything else back. Your exhaustion's gone, so you feel great. So yeah. Everyone feels refreshed, Teddy included, so you all are free now to, as you wake up from your long rest, still find the place exactly the same as you left it. All very still.
Wizzlewick will wake up, and how tall would you say that this kneeling armor is? Because it looks humongous.
From foot to the top of the plumage on the top of its visor is around 20 feet tall. It is in a kneeling position.
With hooks of like, that's not armor. That's a monument waiting to wake up. And he's gonna be shaking in his boots, and he's gonna step back like, Carl, if that thing stands up, we run. No glory, no heroics. And he's just gonna be staring at it this entire time. He's just terrified of this thing. And he'll cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Focused only on the armor with the goal to know if it's enchanted, if it's a vessel, something inside of it. And as he casts, he'll like, show me what's sleeping in there?
Yeah. Go ahead and give me an Arcana with that Detect Magic. Detect Magic will absolutely go off. I just want you to go ahead and give me a General Arcana check with it.
That will... Oh... That's booty. That will be 10.
Okay. So you definitely get everything that you were going to get anyway, so that's totally fine. You sense, again, magic coming from the pillars itself. Not the pillars themselves, but the actual energy coming from them, certainly magical. The amulet, absolutely brimming with magic. As you focus down the armor, you do sense... I will say with a 10, you get a sense that this armor didn't just find itself here. It was absolutely created through a sense of magic. This was absolutely conjuration. However, there is no source of it actually gleaming off of the actual armor, meaning this was created through magic, but the armor itself is not resonating any magical essence that you can see. As far as anything inside... From what you can visually see, this is 100% rotted over. It's very much rusted. It's very much encased in plants, vines, just very much nothing living within the actual source, nor giving a magical presence about it. You can tell that this was 100% not here, except through some other magical means, but the actual armor itself is not gleaming with magic in any way.
Oh, it isn't a guardian. It's more like a leftover. That is the source. That's the problem. The armor was made. It was built by magic, but it's empty now, like a shell after the soul is gone. And he's going to look over towards Carl and Teddy, which means it was meant to protect the shard at one time, but things commanding it now. So, I think the only real danger left is the shard itself. And he's just going to start itching his chin, thinking really hard. Let's see here. He's going to take out of his pouch just a coin. And he is going to attempt to flick it towards the shard from a distance.
Okay. You're aiming it at the shard directly?
Yes.
Okay. You flick a coin, its direction. It does come in contact. However, you see it about an inch off of the shard. You see it breathe, and it just flicks the coin another direction, kind of repelling it.
So it doesn't actually touch the shard.
It does not actually touch it. Correct. You see it actually react with something almost invisible about an inch above it, and then flicks off a general direction after it kind of builds, and then it kind of flicks off.
The shard is phasing out of reality and acting as an anchored nexus. It is partially displaced or protected by some sort of astral field. And he's going to he's going to lock his eyes on the space where the coin kind of like deflected off. And he's just going to be like, it's not here. Not all the way. And he's going to look at the pillars. And he's like, the energy isn't flowing from the shard. It's being held by the pillars. It has to be. It's caged. He's going to look over at Carl like, if we touch it before breaking the cage, something very bad will arrive to keep it that way, I fear. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to die.
I'm gonna trace in the air. Is there any way you think we could trace? Well, actually, no, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say, do you see where the power is coming from besides the pillars, or is it coming directly from the pillars?
Interestingly
If it's
enough,
flowing from the pillars to the Nexus shard.
yes. So the pillars themselves are just stone. The energy, however, is going into the shard, or I should actually clarify, not into the shard, but around the shard. So you see an invisible, almost bronze glow that's kind of suspending the Nexus shard. Nothing that you can see is being given off of the Nexus shard. It seems the beams themselves are suspending the Nexus shard in an energy field.
Okay. Can we? Well, I'm going to ask Wizardwick. Can you see with your detect magic whether the energy is coming from, like, if it's being produced by the pillars, or if the pillars are channeling it?
So that was going to be the next thing Wizzlewick would do, is he would just randomly target one of the pillars and cast detect magic.
You don't even need to recast it because you'll catch everything, so I'll just go ahead and tell you. You definitely sense there is no energy that is externally coming out of the Nexus shard itself. The pillars themselves are producing the energy that is coming out in each of these beams and encapsulating the Nexus shard.
Okay, so the pillars are not just conduits for energy, they're actually making it too.
The energy that is being protruding around the Nexus shard itself and cradling that energy, yes. The pillars are creating that energy. The Nexus shard is not feeding anything at all. It's just suspended above the central pillar. It's all the pillars themselves that are creating that energy.
There's not some like magical battery underground or anything.
Correct.
There's no roundabout way of doing this. We would have to do something to the pillars. Okay. I am going to inspect the pillars for any sort of magical glyphs or wardings or anything like that.
Yeah, you go ahead and give me a Arcana or History check or Investigation.
Wizzlewick will have something ready to do once Carl's done doing what he's doing.
Okay.
Ironically terrible at Arcana. That's a 7.
Okay. You are looking across these pillars. The energy is protruding from the top of these columns. There is nothing that shows any other energy source. Strangely enough, there is no battery. There is no other ley line funneling the energy here. This is strictly an independent pillar with energy that's coalesced at the top of it, and it's shooting out towards the Nexus shard. You see that across all 7 of them. What I will say is you do look in the pillars themselves. There's nothing else magical about that. However, you do see a number of runes that are in a language you absolutely have never seen. You would almost look to describe this as almost like a hieroglyphics of sort.
Okay. I'm gonna minor illusion, make a voice right next to Wizzlewick's ear and say, "Hey, come over here. Can you read this?"
Am I able to respond to that, or no? That's not really... Okay.
Nah, it's not message. I'm just making a noise next to your head.
If you happen to be looking in Wizzlewick's direction, because he went all the way to the opposite beam, he's raising his little finger up to just say 1 moment.
Gotcha.
And what is he doing?
1 second here, sorry. Just give me like 30 seconds. I had to. I gotta set it down. I gotta do a very, 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 very quick potty break.
Oh, well then continue with what you want to do, Carl. If there was anything else you were looking at specifically or wanted to try.
Well, since I can't read any of this, I don't know what it does. I'm gonna pick up. Is there any like really long stick? Like, I'm gonna try and find the longest stick.
Yeah,
around here.
You can find one behind you here in this little cove right here. Plenty of sticks to pick
from there.
What's
the longest stick I can find?
You can find a good old 4-foot stick, hefty enough to hold its own weight.
Okay. I'm going to use that stick, and I'm just going to start poking the pillar.
Okay.
Seeing if it does anything.
Not saying you're attacking it, but give me an attack roll. I'm not saying that you're bludgeoning this thing. I'm just going to use that.
Yeah. I'm just poking it.
Yeah. Make me just like a melee attack, basically. Roll. Just that's how we'll just use it to gauge it.
Should it be unarmed?
That's fine if you want it to be unarmed. That's fine.
Six.
You poke at it, and as you seem to hit the bronze energy, you just hear a, and you just feel a light, and it just pushes your stick back away from you.
So it's being repelled when I try and touch it.
Correct.
Okay. Does any rune light up when I do that?
No, you see no activity within the actual runes or the pillars themselves. You do see when you poked that specifically the energy grew little white lines throughout the beam, and it began to rapidly move around and then move to the point that you had touched it, and that's when you felt the come back and repel the thing. So the only reaction you saw was literally just this beam itself was reacting to it. Nothing else that you saw react.
Okay. I'm going to put mage armor on, by the way.
Okay. You are now casting a nice bluish mage armor light. Perfect.
Okay. Could be 13 plus my dex, which will be dex modifier, rather, so that'll be 16.
Okay.
That's 16 AC now.
I was about to say, Wizzlewick's ready if you want me to do something.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I didn't know if you guys heard if I was back or not. But...
No, go ahead.
So, yeah, Wizzlewick is going to be... He's going to be standing 30 feet away from the furthest pillar down here on the right side of the map. And I would like to believe that he saw Carl poking at the pillar over there.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, he is going to look at this pillar. He's going to plant his feet, and he is going to cast Shatter at the 5th level.
At which pillar?
The one on the...
Here, or which one?
The very far right.
This one? Okay. 5th level,
yeah, he wanted to make sure that he was... he wanted to make sure he was far away enough just in case.
That's fair. What is the... Go ahead and give me the breakdown of the spell. How big of an explosion is Shatter?
So...
Like, what's the range on that?
So, it looks like here... Let me see. I'm not used to not having D&D Beyond. So it is a 10-foot radius.
All right, 10-foot radius sphere would put us at 20 feet. Yeah, I'll say you're out of it. That's fine. You were definitely, you know the confines of the limitations of your spells. You're good. You center on this point. I'm not even going to have you roll for damage because it's definitely going to hit without issue. This is a stone column you're hitting. But as you make this explosion, Carl, you definitely see there is a shattering of stone. And you hear a high-pitched I'm going to do an awful job on that. But you definitely hear a sound of a grinding energy mixed with the sound of rubble. And I'm going to just say that this is a horrible representation, but this is absolutely gone. This column is absolutely destroyed, but also by the radius of this spell, this column is also equally destroyed. And in those moments, both beams disappear. There is a fizzling out of energy as you sense resistance. And as the continuity of the pillars go, you also see a tapering effect of the beam ending, and its hold around the Nexus Shard disappears. No other reactions.
That's my reaction in character. He wasn't expecting it to work like that.
So you just blow up a pillar and it
blew up 2 pillars.
Or sorry, 2 pillars. All right. Well, I guess I'll back up and start firing Eldritch blasts.
Well, I think the crap. What did I think the shard's free. That's what you said above table, essentially, right?
The energy that came from it is free. You still see 5 pillars of energy that are still encompassing the shards still. The 2, however, that came from the ones that were destroyed, that energy is completely gone. So you see a little bit less energy has been suspended from encompassing the Nexus Shard.
If you don't mind, Joe, aka Carl, if I could do one last thing before you attack.
Before I let it rip?
Yeah, before you let it rip, Beyblade style. Wizardwick would like to cast Mage Hand to see if the shard can be moved, if it can be moved safely. He's not trying to take it. He just wants to see if it moves, burns, resists, activates the armor, or stays dormant.
Yeah. Go ahead. You create this Mage Hand. You push it up to the Nexus Shard. You're just trying to move the Nexus Shard directly?
Yeah, I just want to see if it'll budge or react. And what happens. That's essentially what I'm trying to see. I'm not trying to grab it and take it out completely, I guess.
Then choose for me if you want to do it with Strength or Arcana and make one of those rolls.
Oh, I'm certainly not doing that with Strength. Let's see.
All right. Then go ahead and make just a general Arcana roll.
So, nice. That will be a 26.
Okay, a 26. You watch the Mage Hand. Its fingers start to just kind of gently push up against it, but you do also notice, similar to the coin as before, as the fingers mush forward, you actually do notice its hand starts to unravel as it begins to hit an invisible-ish bronze-looking force field that you expect from the beams themselves. However, as you push on it, you're reaching within your own understanding of the arcane to know there's a protection here clearly from these beams. And you begin to sense, with a 26, you actually watch as there's a slight grasping motion from the Mage Hand that almost seems to sync with the actual waves of energy itself. And you see for a moment it actually breaks through the energy that is building. And in that moment, the hand is able to actually grasp the Nexus Shard.
Would Wizzlewick in that moment of it grasping the shard, would he have enough time to react and shout over something to Carl?
Yeah, you could shout. That's fine.
Carl, my mage hand has it has a grasp on it. Should I? Do we want to trust to try to pull it, or what are we thinking here? Keep in mind that me, myself, and I, Wizzlewick, does not want to die here today. No, thank you.
I mean, I'm gonna write near. I guess. Go ahead.
Wizzlewick is going to, per usual, try to straighten up his little vest and not do so. And he is going to look at the armor, and if I pull it, it might wake the armor. We only get one chance at this. And he is going to attempt to. He's going to attempt to. I don't want to say he's going to pull it, but he's going to attempt to get it out of whatever this invisible shield is, and essentially set it down. Onto the ground.
Sure. So you definitely see the firm grasp of it, and as you do, you start to just kind of move it, pull it, or just kind of shuffle it in place. You actually see the mage hand get a decent grab of it, and actually just about an inch or so begins to move before you hear, "Don't." And you feel resistance. Not you yourself, but you feel the resistance now from the connection of the mage hand. And as you try to move it, you see the beams of energy now are still reacting, and they're now coalescing around the Nexus Shard in the place that it currently sits. Unfortunately, it does not move past the pillar itself because of that resistance you're seeing from the beams. It has a grasp on it, but you see nothing else happening to the hand. You just see that any effort you've tried to shuffle or move or pick up or jot around is unfortunately just not working.
Was this voice that I heard, was this
That was audible. All of you heard that.
Okay. The mage hand will instantly release the shard, and he's like, nope, not arguing with mysterious voices today. Carl, did you hear that at all, or am I going insane? And he's not going to touch the shard. And he's going to yell like, "Who said that? Hello?" And he's going to, as he's asking, who said that, and he's looking in what direction it came from, he's going to cast Detect Thoughts to see if he can find any of that info out.
Okay.
If it's allowed.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and let you. So you go ahead and cast Detect Thoughts. I will say in this case, the actual voice was similar to what you're hearing around here is sourceless. It seems to just permeate everywhere. However, with your Detect Thoughts, you are sensing that energy came from the shard itself. It was not directed at you or anyone specifically, even though you were the one handling it. It was very much a sourceless, just voice coming from it just momentarily.
So Whistlewick, his eyes are just going to be nothing but pupils at this point, like a cat. And he's like, "The shard spoke, not a spell, not the armor. Okay, well, then we'll have to do this properly." And what he's going to do, obviously, the mage hand is gone.
It's not
He
gone
is
unless you
going-
want it gone. It's still technically there with a grasp on it if you want to leave it there. It hasn't been repelled or anything. It's just being repelled from moving it at all. So the hand can remain, unless you want to get rid of it, that's fine. But I'm just saying it's still technically there if you wanted it to be.
He is going to drop the mage hand.
Okay. It does, you kind of settle it back down. And as the mage hand dissipates, you do notice the Nexus Shard then actually returns to a floating status above the central pillar. But that's fine. You see it dissipate.
He is going to drop to a knee. And in a respectful manner, he's basically copying were we referring to it as a statue? I don't remember. I'm sorry.
The armor, you mean?
The armor, yeah.
Yeah.
The kneeling armor. So he's going to kneel essentially just like the armor, and he's going to be speaking towards the shard itself, and he's going to be like, We were told you had to be destroyed by people who fear you. If you can speak to me, you can understand me. Tell me what you are. Just don't kill me, please. And he is going to... And I'm sorry if I keep doing too much. You can tell me to stop, especially you, Joe. I don't want to take any spotlight away from you.
Am I able to hear any of this, by the way?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, you've heard everything that's happened here. You've heard the voice. You've seen what Whistlewick's done and said. You see him currently taking a knee. All of it. Yes, you've experienced all this.
The last thing that I would like to do, since I have been rambling this entire time, if you would allow Whistlewick, after saying that, would like to see if he could potentially insight check the shard to see if the shard is afraid, if it's manipulating, or if it's protecting something larger, maybe.
Sure. Go ahead and make it, but I'm going to go ahead and pivot for right now. Go ahead and make the insight roll. I'll come back to you, though, shortly. Teddy, real quick, Zach, what's Teddy been doing? What's our homunculus boy up to?
He's been, just kind of walking behind Whistlewick and just doing, he's, perfectly still, robotic when Whistlewick is looking. But, as soon as Whistlewick turns away, he's doing, Gungam-style dancing or something. Nice. And then as soon as Whistlewick turns back, he's, completely still. And then back, and he's dancing again.
That's awesome. Are we going to...
Just dancing in the background.
Like Five Nights at Freddy crap, or...
Something like that, yeah.
Nice. Sweet. All right, so he's sticking close to Whistlewick. Carl, what are you doing in this moment? You've heard everything. You've witnessed everything going on at this point. You heard his mage hand actually get purchase on the Nexus Shard. You heard a voice saying, don't. He dissipated the hand. He went to a knee. What are you doing?
I'm going to... minor illusion in front of the shard. Can you see this?
You're minor illusioning the words themselves. Can you see this?
Yeah. I'm minor illusioning the words. Can you see this in front of the shard?
Okay.
And waiting for a response.
All right. Both you and Wizzlewick pose these questions visually and verbally, to which neither of you get a response. There's no reaction or otherwise interaction of any kind.
Is this with the insight that you're having me roll or whatever?
No, I'll come to you in a minute with the insight roll.
Okay,
though.
all right, sorry.
No, you're good. You get no verbal response. I'm just giving you that for right now.
Fuck. Okay. It said basically like don't move it.
It just said the word "don't" when you saw the mage hand actually attempt to move it, and it did start to move it. I'm just going to clarify that for the record. It did start to move it just about an inch or so when the voice "don't" came out.
Where was the voice sourceless, or did it come from the shard itself?
It was sourceless, but Wizzlewick was able to determine with the detect thought spell he had cast that there was a voice generated from the shard itself.
Okay. I'm going to. Could I inspect the enormous suit of armor?
Yeah, is there anything specific outside of what Wizzlewick did that you're specifically looking for?
Is there anything inside of it?
I mean, you can definitely see through it. It's very much hollowed inside. Aside from the plants and whatnot that are inside itself, you can basically see through parts of where there's actually openings in the armor. Very much resembles just a very gargantuan almost size of an armor set. You can see between several platings, through the pauldrons, through the visor even, so there are points where you can see all the way through it. There's nothing that you can see residing inside the armor aside from plants and roots and vines, basically.
There's no. Okay. Does it? I mean, and this is an actual suit of armor. It's not a statue.
No, this
That's
looks like
made-
an
that's
actual suit of armor, a large broadsword, full visor, actual pauldron. It's a very well made, at least at the time that it was created. It must have been a beautiful set of armor. Over time, it has now kind of decayed into what you see now. But as far as you can tell, the armor itself is in just okay shape. But I mean, it's definitely just an armor set.
Okay. I don't know what to do. I'm going to be honest. I'm gonna write in front of the shard again. Were you in this armor before?
There's no response.
Move the shard again. I'm gonna tell Wizzlewick that.
We will come to Wizzlewick. What was your insight roll?
It was a dirty 20.
Okay, with a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Yeah, dirty 20 was my insight.
Perfect. You sense and see Wizzlewick's. I'm sorry, you're Wizzlewick. Carl's response in minor illusion. You're speaking to it directly. You both are concentrating, and you see that neither of you are getting any type of reaction or response. I would say with a dirty 20 insight, you're noticing that there is some sort of direct correlation with the shard itself. The actual form of which is all dwelling inside in terms of whatever magic is encapsulated within this shard. You just feel that the magic itself was productive, but only after it was directly interacted with.
Interesting.
But then you hear Carl say, "Move it again." After that,
it doesn't answer questions. It seems to answer action. He's going to look up at the armor and back at the shard, but only when its conditions are right. What he's going to do now, he's not going to instantly touch it again. This time, he's actually going to try to, in relation to a mage hand, he's going to try to do something controlled and more deliberate. He's going to strike one of the remaining pillars with the mage hand.
okay.
Just to see if it reacts, if it responds, compared to, the stick.
Yeah, you can give me a strength or arcana.
One more test.
Oh, go ahead.
And he's gonna, in relation to how hard. I know I mentioned strike, but he's gently tapping it, kind of thing. And he's just going to essentially be I need to see how it reacts again. And then you said either Arcana or Strength?
Yep.
Definitely Arcana. So that... let's see here. That will be a 16 Arcana check.
Okay.
For him to use Mage Hand to tap on the...
You recast Mage Hand, you ball it up, you smack into it with the Mage Hand itself in a fist form. It hits, makes contact. You hear the reaction of the actual sound, but no other reaction. You are definitely noticing that the limitations of Mage Hand itself, as if it can only lift 10 pounds per the spell description, so the actual damage caused from Mage Hand, unfortunately, is minuscule to trivial at absolute best. So what you would definitely glean from that is the damage that was done from a 5th level Shatter spell was certainly much more catastrophic to the pillar itself than a Mage Hand strike. Seemingly no reaction as far as the pillar is concerned when it came to the Mage Hand hitting it.
Okay.
And just to clarify, you were hitting the pillar itself, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
The pillar itself.
Then then that's what happened. Yes. Everyone's so nervous.
So Wizzlewick is... So the barrier...
The barrier is coming from the top of the pillar all the way to the Nexus Shard itself. The pillars themselves are completely exposed. And the only energy that you're seeing coming from the actual pillar itself is at the very top, where you just see a ball of energy just shooting a beam out. So everything else in the pillars just look like pillars. The beam is the only thing that looks magical.
So, from what Wizzlewick would understand, is that this that the barrier is gone.
The barrier from the other two pillars, as soon as you saw them dissolve and explode, there was a tapering effect, meaning you slowly just saw the beam just disappear, starting from where the pillar was and extended all the way to the Nexus shard. So those both beams and pillars are completely gone. No magic or any other essences there.
I think I think since it's not giving us more information, it told us not to. It said don't, but I think we should. But I think we should physically. One of us has to physically grab it. I don't know. I'm kind of scared.
I'm going to trace in the air. I'll be honest, Wizzlewick. Last time I came in close contact with a powerful magical object, it made me terminally ill.
Oh.
You're good on this one. That's all you.
Well, as afraid as I am of dying, if I die, then this is no longer my problem. So it might very well be worth a try.
Then you become my problem. So please don't die.
And Wizzlewick's gonna start thinking about the contract that he signed and all that, and he's starting to think about, man, maybe he was on the wrong side of this contract. And he is going to rip off some cloth that he has. I guess what I'd like to say is at first he would like to attempt to walk up to the shard.
Okay.
In a grabbing reach, I guess that makes sense.
Okay, how are you reaching for it?
So he is going to rip off some cloth and wrap it around his hand in hopes that, that's just going to save him. And he's going to see. Didn't I already do detect magic? And there wasn't anything that came across, or I don't remember if I did that or not.
Well, from everything you've done so far, even in your interactions,
I did it for.
You noticed the energy.
The armor.
You did notice there was energy around the Nexus shard from the beams itself. It is surrounded in a bronze energy. So
Wizzlewick is going to wrap his hand with cloth. He's going to walk up to the Nexus shard. And directly at the shard, he is going to cast Dispel Magic at the 6th level.
Okay.
He's not trying to destroy it, or, he's just trying to break any remaining bindings or spells to the actual shard itself.
Okay, so this to the energy surrounding it, basically.
Correct.
Okay. I do. 6th level is huge. So you are just pulling out a very strong arcane spell to just dissipate the energy in this case. I'm going to say at 6th level, you reach out. You're not physically touching it because it's not a touch spell, but you're physically still reaching out. And as you release the energy, you sense a very, very strong reaction on the beams itself as you are trying to just separate the magic itself in this vicinity. And you focus on the shard, not into the shard itself, but focusing around the actual shard for the energy that you see. You get a very feeling of, and the energy begins to try and fight back. And in a moment, you just hear a very building pressure right in front of you from the Nexus shard. And you just see it begin to spin slightly. And the beams begin to pick up. And all of the beams dissipate. And you just hear a resounding and all you see remaining is now a still gently floating Nexus shard. Just an inch or two above the central pillar. Seemingly no more force field around it.
Eddie takes out a notepad and starts scribbling down notes.
You better be writing in that notepad that I am a boss.
You hear the distinct 3 underlines.
So Wizzlewick's gonna be froze for half a heartbeat, and he's gonna breathe very heavily. I'm like, okay.
Carl, you're visualizing all this happening as well. So you're seeing everything that happened as well in this moment.
Yeah. That's new. His hand's still wrapped. He's going to look towards Carl and Teddy. The cage is gone, not the power. That's actually better. And he's going to, from a distance still, from where he's at, he's going to grab his little spectacle and he's going to study the shard. And he would like to attempt to, like, very carefully step in a slow circle around the shard at a distance, watching for, like, any reaction, any shift, change in gravity, sound, or light. He's not going to touch it. He's not grabbing it. And he will then again use Mage Hand, but he's not trying to move it. He's just going to use Mage Hand to brush like the air beneath the shard to see if it reacts to the motion underneath. If he notices that, like, you know, that 1 inch reaction close to the shard.
Okay, so I will say as you're walking around, go ahead and make me an Arcana check.
Okay. Arcana. That will be a 14 Arcana check.
You are getting very strong essence coming from this shard. You have no issue now hearing the hum is actually no longer coming from the beams. This is directly from just a naked, exposed shard. The actual motion of swirling of its own is just an encapsulation, again, of the continued magic within. There is nothing that you can see elsewise, though, that is holding this in place. As you move the Mage Hand around it, the Mage Hand is able to easily now grasp onto it, and as you feel, there is no resistance now to its movement against the Mage Hand.
Above table, I don't remember. I know I don't, but do any of us have a bag of holding?
Nope.
Okay.
Maybe it's a good time to review our items, however, though.
You said what?
Maybe a good time to review everything that you've received or gotten on this journey. I I guess I would be speaking specifically to Carl.
That's right. There's a necklace to keep it in, right?
Well, there's a pendant that is the sliver that is glowing ever bright. That was kind of your compass. You were also, you and Mr. Schultz were given a ruby ring.
Ring. That's right. Or is it the ring that it's kept in?
The ring right now is actually holding the body of Mr. Schultz inside of it.
That's right.
But you were given instruction by the mages of Lieutenant Thane of how to transport it.
Oh, I did forget that.
You actually were not there for that. I think it was briefly mentioned, but you weren't there for the initial conversation, so that's all right.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess as Carl's doing his thing, Wizzlewick's just like literally just inspecting it, standing by it. So
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm gonna drop the body of Mr. Schultz off. As unfortunate as it is, we are on a mission.
Well,
So I'm
good news for you.
Body.
Good news for you. I would say you being able to. It's not an attunable item, like I said earlier, so you just would have known this. They can hold multiple objects within it, so it is not limited to a singular object.
Well, then I guess I'm just gonna suck it up into the ring.
Okay, is that what you do?
Yeah.
Okay. As you walk up to it, ring in hand, the sliver going crazy now, just glowing ever brighter than it certainly that you could possibly think. It's basically the power of the sun in your hands at this point. And as you reach out with the ring, the ruby itself comes into contact with the shard. The shard instantly goes inside the ring. Oh, hang on. Let me update that. There we go. And as it goes into your ring, the sliver leaps from your hand. The light now gone, extinguished. The sliver on the pendant flies straight into the ground. And a new, louder voice presents itself.
You have disturbed this sanctum. The ground you stand on is sacred. Only the designer may alter the energy here. Balance must be preserved.
It would have been nice to know that, and we gave you every opportunity to tell us that, so kind of your fault, bud.
We're easy now. We're not here to command you. We're just the ones who carried you out. Obviously, yeah, I agree with my friend here. I did try to give you every opportunity. So sorry? Question mark.
The shard must be replaced at once, or face your doom.
You now see the light from underneath the armor begins to bounce.
Oh no.
Within the armor itself, to where it actually rests on the slit of the visor itself. And now seemingly separates into two little golden eyes. Magical glowing eyes from within the visor. Is now staring at the two of you.
In the visor of the armor?
Yes.
Oh no.
Heed my words, or face my wrath.
as it begins to rise. The armor, a deep golden hue, brightens from within the armor itself. The separation of the plates now begins to pull loose as now the vines and plants that were there are just beginning to fall before it. The faceplate shifts. The eyes, now even brighter golden light, moves as the armor itself now seems to move in unison. The giant armor picks up the sword hilt and yanks it out of the ground. The now once warden of this shard now comes to life. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Poor Teddy dies here.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
$18.
Go, Teddy!
11.
Alright, go ahead and put your initiatives in there, boys. And I will say, technically, you were close to this, Carl, to get it in the ring, because you had to be in melee, but I'll say you're right there. That's fine.
It's fun.
I rolled an 11.
Teddy's the hero. The highest initiative.
He is dying here. Teddy
I
is
guess
going to be one
In
shot.
reaction, was the look like, you are too late. The shard is no longer yours. But neither are we.
It will
For some
be
reason, he feels
returned
confident.
one way or another. You have no control here. The essence of its very existence exceeds even my own.
Whistlewick. But with an 18, congratulations, Teddy. You may go first. Carl, wait, what did you get again? Sorry, Joe. What'd you get?
11.
Okay.
Teddy is going to take his writing quill and he is going to throw it like a dart at this shard warden.
Nice. Sick.
That's a 26 to hit. Go, Teddy.
Wow, look at Teddy go. Yeah, that hits. Amazing.
And that is minimum damage of 5.
Oh, look at him go.
Go, Teddy.
All right.
5 force damage.
Heck yeah. All right, 5 damage, and it sticks into the armor, and it actually sustains. Anything else he wants to do in his turn?
He's going to go take cover. And he's going to try and duck behind this.
Okay. With that, we go to the Shard Warden.
Wait, does he have enough movement for that? Hang on, what's Teddy's movement?
Oh, I guess that's a good
he's
question.
got enough movement.
Okay,
Barely.
all right, cool.
Wait, he's a tiny construct. He's
a little guy. He's a little teddy
a
bear.
little guy.
He's a little Teddy guy.
He's a little Teddy.
As the Shard Warden
That's
rises
Teddy.
up, he will raise the sword above his head.
If you will not heed order, then you'll face certain destruction.
He will go ahead and strike down on Whistlewick with his massive broadsword. And that is a 21 to hit.
The 21 certainly does hit.
That is going to be... Oh my gosh. Okay.
Don't do it.
That is 32 points of bludgeoning damage. As he brings it down. This broadsword is so wide. Unfortunately, Teddy, your hiding is not very well hidden, as it also immediately just destroys the very pillar that you are standing behind.
That's terrifying.
He will then take 2 steps forward and stare towards Carl.
Give it to me.
That will be the end of his turn. It is Wizzlewick's turn.
I like to imagine that Wizzlewick's like a cartoon now, where he's like flattened, but he's like in the ground. Oh, he definitely doesn't like me. And he is going to. I would like to imagine that, Wizzlewick fell to a knee, and before getting back up on both feet, he's going to throw out his hand towards the warden. And he is going to, at the 5th level, cast Banishment on the Shard Warden.
Oh, snap.
There we go.
Okay.
So that is a Charisma saving throw.
He does have magic resistance. He has advantage on this. We'll see if that helps him.
You do need a pretty good DC, buddy.
Okay. You said charisma, right?
I did.
It is not charismatic. Let's see. Let's see.
And when he does this,
Teddy will silvery barbs.
when he casts Banishment towards the Shard Warden, he's going to say, "Go back to the world you were made to die in."
You fool. I was made in this realm. I cannot be taken from.
And he disappears.
He failed?
Because you used your... Oh, no, you didn't use it. Sorry. He had advantage. He rolled a 15.
Yeah,
I assume that failed. Yeah, I assume that was a fail. That was unfortunate with advantage, too. His first roll sucked. And with that, he is temporarily removed from the battlefield. And all seems quiet. The shard...
He's from this plane. He's coming back.
In the ring. You did hear him scoff at you that he was of this realm before he was banished. But at the moment,
a temporary problem.
You are concentrating on banishment. What else do you do? As combat seems to be over for the time being.
I'm able to...
This is the hole that we came out of, right?
Well, if you were to look down, it is nothingness pretty much like you would see. However, there is no essence of a returning portal like there was when you came down into
I see.
the sewers to begin with. It is at this moment now that question may have come to your minds of how to return, and if there was any other means that you could return. Another time I would recommend above table reviewing the items that you still have on your persons. I'm going to set a timer for this. I'm going to set a real world 5-minute timer and say that this will transpire the 1 minute that banishment lasts. We're going to do this DBZ timer style. But I would encourage you to check all items that you have.
Well, are we... okay.
I'll set it for 5 minutes. So it's fair. I'll count it as the 1 minute transpiring, but I'll give you guys 5 minutes in real world time.
Which, by the way, Carl got hit, right?
Yes, he took 32 points of bludgeoning, I believe.
So I would like to, as my bonus action, which I don't think. Yeah, this should. I would like to use.
Well, you're
at
free.
The
You're
third
free now. You're free to go ahead and do it. You're out of initiative.
Oh,
so you're totally free.
At the third level, I will go ahead and how's Teddy look? Is Teddy at full?
Teddy's
HP?
actually great.
Okay.
And he's at full HP right now.
And I'm going to start the timer now.
I'm going to cast Mass Healing Word at the third level.
Okay.
So
at 10:35, we'll call it, but I have a timer officially going too, but we'll do that.
Let's see here. That will be. I'm trying to remember what to roll for that. Let's see here. It is going to be 1d4 plus modifier, blah, blah, blah.
We're a little over 4 minutes left.
Okay, so that is only going to be 9 HP.
Oh, dang. Rough. But you're welcome to do more if you wish, because you are out of combat, so you can do as much as you want right now. But I would definitely encourage looking. You are at 3 minutes and 46 seconds left. Remember the items that were given to you for these, for this mission, and the purpose that was used. Wizzlewick, you would have actually direct correlation and understanding of at least how it worked. Because you utilized this very item.
I'm so lost. You keep on talking about the items and. Although wait, no, you said it's something that only Wizzlewick has.
Wizzlewick has knowledge of how it's used because he used one to reach you guys.
Oh,
Beacon Stone.
Obsidian! The material that sent me to hell.
If you want, Joe, you can make a history check if you want real quick. I'll give you advantage since Wizzlewick is kind of aiding in this endeavor.
I mean, I remember. You have to have two close together. That's a 19, by the way. You have to have two close together, and then it will be findable by another set, right?
So you were given. I'll definitely say with a 19 here, you were given recall stones. They were pieces of obsidian that were used. There were two of them that were given to you specifically by the mages. They said they were to help. Yes. They were helping Wizzlewick get to you guys in expediency in case you were too far gone. When Wizzlewick arrived, he actually crushed a recall stone in his hand, which is a small slab of obsidian. That actually utilized the one that he had and expended one of the stones that you had in your possession. That's when he teleported to the sewers themselves and was directly teleported to you guys. In this instance, that means you would have one left. It's a recall stone specifically that casts the spell Word of Recall.
Gotcha. I don't have any of this in my inventory. Maybe
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to give you that based on the fact that it was a 19 that you would remember that stone has a way of transporting a number of creatures. Let me see here. as far as the spell goes, Word of Recall is you and up to 5 willing creatures within 5 feet of you instantly teleport to a previously designated sanctuary.
Use the shot or the obsidian. Get us the hell out of here.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here, bro.
You
All right,
3 correspond together, and what do you do?
Oh boy.
10 seconds left.
Oh god.
You sense energy building just to the side of you.
I would say Wizzlewick's going to put his hands on both of his comrades. Yeah, he's going to put his hand on both of his comrades, and he is going to say, "Crush it in your hands! Crush the obsidian immediately! My banishment's almost up!"
Enough games.
As he reappears before you, sword in hand, he begins to raise it once more towards you.
Crush the fucking obsidian, boy!
I said I was.
Oh, did you? I didn't hear you.
We didn't hear you, sorry.
Yeah.
That's where we went, the magic words. And as
This is how the campaign ends.
And this is how the TPK happens. As he swings down his sword, you are immediately just going down. As you crush the obsidian, you feel the wind gusting up to your face. And it's gone. You close your eyes, waiting for impact that never happens. You look around, and you are on a familiar boat, surrounded by your entourage of the Corsair. You have returned to the island. And you are back.
All right.
Your entourage immediately recognizes and comes to your aid immediately, including the entourage of Mr. Schultz, which, Zach, would you like and care to explain the ranking officer of the entourage in Mr. Schultz's stead?
As you guys board back the vessel, one gentleman seems to have some decent armor on, similar to Mr. Schultz's. He steps forward. He's got a bit of a square jaw. He's got some slick back black hair, much thinner than Mr. Schultz was. That his hair is beginning to white a tad bit, but it's still mostly black. I'm assuming it's just the two of you then?
Well, we are unfortunately the only 2 living creatures that have returned, but we do happen to have our comrade Schultz with us.
I see. Thank you. It'll be good for the missus to have her husband's body. This has been expected for some time. He's been dealing with some very horrible disease. I believe the physician called it diabetes. So
Diabetes.
his life wasn't planned to be going on for long as it was. Thankfully, we've prepared, but it's still a sad occasion.
Yes.
Hogan, pleasure to meet you all more officially. I've been given instructions by Schultz to continue on in his stead should fate befall. And he'll reach out a hand for a shake.
Wizzlewick will shake your hand like, yeah.
Firm handshake. This is a hobgoblin man, so he's kind of got a slightly red tint to his skin. And he's got some pointed ears to him, as well as 2 small tusks poking out
What
of
did you say his name was?
mouth. Mr. Hogan.
Yes, it is a shame that he is no longer with us, and I did not know of this diabetes. Um, but
Apparently, a relatively newer disease in these lands.
I can at least
Apparently,
reassure.
caused by his love of food.
I can I can at least let you know that did not uh he did not suffer in the end. He did not flee. He did not bargain. He held his ground until there was no ground left to hold. And if you are going to be carrying his authority now, then you carry more than just a title. You carry a debt carved in stone. So you are now envy of the Concord, which means we have concerns. 3 immediate concerns. The kobolds, they're waiting for the shard. Which, by the way, and he's gonna like whisper, we do have the shard. It's in the ring that he is wearing. That's also where Schultz happens to be. Um, uh, 2, I don't trust the shard, and 3, the thing that guarded it nearly ended us all. Welcome to the job, Mr. Hogan, as he is still continuously shaking your hand.
Thank you.
You hear some excitement happening behind you as you actually see Lieutenant Thane and his entourage boarding a sloop and kind of joining alongside the Corsair. He seemingly joins you aboard and just goes, "Oh, I'm so happy to see you both. Is Mr. Schultz present?"
Mr. Schultz is with
I'll
us.
be taking his place in this.
In
Oh.
spirit, yes.
I'm gonna put his body back on the ground.
Oh, on the boat. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
As you do,
I'm gonna pop his corpse out.
okay. You hold the ring out, just the body of Mr. Schultz. As you do, it's actually erect. The body of
His
Mr.
body is erect.
Whoa.
You see Mr. Schultz standing, almost at
And
attention.
hard as fuck.
Yeah, choice of words. All right. He's
Yeah,
standing
choice
up.
of words, no kidding.
He's standing up, and you see his eyes are open. They are solid gold inside. And as you see, you only spit out the body, but tucked under his arm is the amber shard itself. There is a bright strand going up his forearm, around his neck, and into the back of his skull. And he looks defensive as he raises a hand to both of you. I'm sorry, all of you, actually. This is going nowhere. And he just stares at each of you, seemingly stiff in this moment, other than a defensive moment, clutching the Nexus shard in hand.
Who was this that said that?
This is coming from Mr. Schultz. He is dead. His face still is regal and Goliath as ever, but now there are just cracks along his face, and the eyes are now a very familiar golden look that you saw earlier.
Mr. Hogan's just going to go and grab the shard.
We might.
I'd like you to make a contested athletics check, please.
May I suggest that we might put Mr. Schultz back in the ring?
Athletics. That's a
Yeah, I'm
12.
gonna do that. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to.
Could I just have advantage if he's helping me?
Well, that's the thing. Do you want to give him advantage, or do you want to go at it as well, Carl?
I'm a fighter. It's athletics. You should just help me.
It's your choice. Whatever you want to do, Carl.
Joe?
Senor Joe.
I already said what I was gonna do. I'm gonna try and put him back into the ring.
Okay, go ahead and give me. I'll say just give me an athletics check as well.
Oh man, I sucked at that.
Well,
16.
okay. What'd you get, Zach?
I got a 12. I got a nat 2 plus 10.
Okay.
Oof.
With that, Mr. Hogan, you reach down, knowing this gentleman that you did in his existence very well. You see him stoic in this moment. And as you turn, he shoves your hand back and almost just pushes you 360 around. In a very swift, not smooth, it's just a very stoic, just shoves you 360. In the middle of this maneuver, however, as he's tucking the shard back, what did you get, Carl?
16.
Okay. You do get your hand, or the ring, I'm sorry. You're going for the ring? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. You use the ring, you
Yeah, I'm gonna
touch,
turn into the ring.
you do touch the shard with the ring, and both of them go back in to the ring.
Thank God.
Goodness.
Lieutenant Thane, was that Mr. Schultz?
No. That
Not really.
Nothing more than a
was
puppeteer, as Hogan just kind of brushes his hands off.
a vessel, and the shard was wearing him. Basically, the shard rebound itself to the nearest host and used him as an anchor.
Oh. Well, hopefully that can be rectified. I certainly would want to give him his moment of remembrance.
Now, now, tell me, in our time away, has have they been acting suspicious at all? You're
No,
safe.
no more suspicious than they have before you left. However, we were nervous. We were afraid we were running out of time. It's at this moment that you actually look up. It is late afternoon. And Lieutenant Thane goes, we were on the cusp of actually losing the time frame. We had mere hours left, so I appreciate your efforts to make it a timely entrance. Above table, time was very different in that pocket dimension. You had actually used almost all of your 2 days in that pocket dimension. But
Oh,
you still made it in time, according to Lieutenant Thane.
Well, let's not keep our dignitaries waiting any longer, shall we?
right behind you, literally.
Lieutenant Thane will kind of salute you, and then we'll kind of turn to his men. We will keep to the shores here certainly until conversations are complete, and we'll hopefully hear nothing but good news from there. But thank you again for your assistance. I look forward to hearing good news. And he will go ahead and board his ship, and we'll actually head back to the docks, leaving you and your constituents to the island. It's at this point that you do hear a horn of recognition coming from the Armada. As you look out, you see a familiar white flag as a sloop from a similar flagship make its way to the island. A very familiar magistrate and his entourage disembarking and holding a white flag for you. And do you approach?
We do approach.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will sit down. Just kidding.
I take a seat.
I will not go.
Mr.
I will
Hogan
not
is
go
taking
anywhere.
points on this.
I will insert the shard into my rectum.
Oh,
I beg your finest pardon.
The magistrate reveals himself again, puts his men at attention but at ease as they fan out. He immediately just reaches his staff out, though. Ah, yes, you were cutting it close, I see, but you are here. I am only hopeful you were able to meet our terms as we discussed. I'm hoping for good news.
Magistrate, the Nexus Shard no longer rests in its prison. No more beams, no more pillars, no more, and very unconfidently, no more Guardian. You have what you asked for. Obviously, Wizzlewick does not have the ring or the shard on him physically. Before we go any further, I need to hear from you. Once this is removed, and he's gonna like gesture towards the I imagine he still has like the armies and the ships and.
Oh yeah, this is absolutely as you saw it last. Correct. This has been the same picture.
I need to hear from you that once this is removed, the Cinder Scourge will disperse. No tricks.
As written in the contract, of course.
Yes, no interpretation, no redefining what peace means when it's convenient. Say it here in front of witnesses, or the shard will not meet your hand.
Well, of course. We absolutely are kobolds of our word. And he kind of snaps a finger. You do see a similar scribe pull, and kind of this time he's just hanging open the elongated signed agreement that you all had signed previously. Obviously, minus Mr. Hogan.
To it too.
Yes. And goes, why, we absolutely are within our confines of our agreement thus far. I can assure you, if you've held up your end of the bargain, we stand prepared now to solidify our end of the arrangement to ensure we all come to the terms cohesively.
Wizzlewick is going to look over to the new comrade who is taking place of Mr. Schultz and say, well, I know now that you are now filling the shoes of my dear friend Mr. Schultz here, and I know you had no place in signing this contract, so as long as Carl is comfortable with it, I have no issue letting this be where you add your involvement. So I will let it be up to you. I believe my job here is done. So I will support however need be.
Oh, was that the toy maker? Oh, I was wondering where the big one was. Did he meet his demise on the journey?
Unfortunately so. However, I'll be taking his place in the agreement as was written in one of the clauses, I presume.
Oh, yes. That's why your entourages were here. Absolutely. I see no reason why not. The other two certainly still drawing breath. The undersigned are still present. I see no reason why we cannot continue. You are more than welcome, Mr.
Hogan.
Hogan. What a hulking character you are. Very good. You may stand in his place. Do you have the shard prepared now to present to us?
Yes, we certainly do.
Excellent. Whenever you're
Carl,
ready.
if you would be so kind.
Oh God, he's T-posing. Not a good time.
Okay, so we're all gathered around. We're about to hand off. We're about to hand off the Nexus shard. I am going to take the ring off of my finger, and I am as fast as I fucking can, as fast as physically possible. I'm going to summon Greater Demon, hand the ring into its hand, and then cast Banish on it.
Oh, snap.
And then I'm going to reveal myself. I'm going to take off of the bandages from my face and say, "Sorry, gentlemen, but you've been had." And I am going to book it. I'm going
Can
to
I react in any way to this?
I'm going to say yes. So I will definitely say just taking off the ring, that's a free action. I will say you will use your action to summon a greater demon. What the heck kind of demon are you summoning?
I have Mage Slayer, so if he's casting a spell in melee range of me, I get to hit him.
I will say that will happen. I'll go ahead and put we'll put a creature here.
So he dropped a demon creature.
He is summoning a greater demon. I'd love to know what demon you have summoned here.
I will say, fuck. Okay, I have two choices: Barlgura and Shadow Demon. I don't actually know what the differences are between them.
They have some slightly differing abilities. Does a 16 hit you?
If it meets, it beats.
So Carl cast this and was trying to run, but cast banishment on the ring.
So my plan is cast Greater Demon, I summon Greater Demon, hand the ring to the demon so that it's on its person, and then banish the demon so that the ring goes with it.
Okay. So it'll definitely take an action to summon it. It would take another action, though, to banish it. You can definitely cast the spell, give the ring off. You would get hit after that by Mr. Hogan.
15 damage.
And that does 15 damage.
Sorry, 15.
15.
Yep.
And because Summon Greater Demon is concentration, you'll need that to make a check for that.
I mean, honestly, if anything, it's better if I don't.
No, because if you lose concentration,
you lose control of the demon.
And the ring
it doesn't just disappear. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for now, you have control of it.
Okay. I have.
But holy crap!
I have advantage on con saves for concentration, so I'm going to make those right now.
Okay.
That's a natural 20. That's 22 for my con save.
Yeah, that'll
yeah,
work.
That'll work. With that, then, I will say, Wizzlewick, would you like a reaction?
Dispel magic?
So I...
Now, you can also book, Carl, if you're looking to book it as your movement. I'll say you can absolutely move away. as well. But here's the thing: you are on an island.
Oh, I'm aware of that.
Okay.
Wizzlewick is like, Carl, what are you doing? Oh,
It's not Carl. It's Wenceslas.
that is either incredibly stupid or incredibly brilliant.
And I have no affiliation with the Fal's kingdom.
And oh. Sorry, I got my cat trying to climb on me. Oh man, this is. Do I have it? Spell magic left?
Well, you Dispel Magic is a 3rd level spell. You've used like a 5th and 6th level. You used 6th earlier to cast Dispel Magic, but you can cast it at a lower level.
I guess in as a poor Whistleworks is like, yep, my job here was done. Thank you very much. So he's gonna see this demon appear. And he's going, oh, absolutely not. That is not in the clause. I read it twice. Absolutely not in the clause. And he is going to. Yeah, he is going to. Yeah, he is going. He's going to cast Dispel Magic.
At what level?
3rd level.
Okay, you will need to roll a general intelligence check. The DC on this is going to be a 15. If you roll a 15 or higher, you actually erase the demon.
Please don't, please don't, please don't. Please, no. I just want to commit genocide on the kobolds. Just let me, please. I swear I'm not I swear.
Whistlewick is whispering to you. Take me with you. No, remind me again, John?
Just a general intelligence check. DC 20 plus your intelligence modifier. You want to get a 15 or higher. The final roll you want to be a 15 or higher.
A DC 20 and then an intelligence modifier.
Just roll a d20, add your intelligence modifier. Yep.
Okay, let me check what my...
The existence of a greater demon is all that lies in the roll that you're about to make, Brent.
Well, I can tell you that my intelligence modifier is only a +1.
Okay, so you want to roll a 14 or higher on your d20. If you roll a 14 or higher, you succeed.
I roll a nat 20!
Oh,
fuck.
Oh, dang. And in this moment, you swipe your hand out at this very quickly summoned greater demon, and then just as fast as it's entered, the ring is placed in its hand. It just looks momentarily that it has to look at this ring. Carl booking it seemingly away from the situation. Mr. Hogan swiping at him as he does. You waste no time, Whistlewick, as you waste your hand. The energy that was used is immediately undone. The greater demon is gone.
Wait, hold on. Wait. So is it sent back to the abyss, or does it die?
So basically, it's sent back to the abyss. It's basically...
That's exactly what I wanted.
But it doesn't take the ring with it.
The ring...
It doesn't?
No, because the ring...
No.
It's a being of pure magic. It's a being of pure magic.
If you were able to banish it, it would take the ring with it.
Yes.
But just unsummoning it doesn't take items with it.
So the ring in this moment is falling to the ground, to which point the magistrate casts Misty Step and intercepts the ring right in midair. And goes, huh. Interesting development. But what else are you guys doing in this moment? Because clearly this is not over. What else happens?
You're
Carl,
gonna
it is
hear
your
me out.
turn.
That did not go how I planned.
Mr. Hogan is chasing down Carl. He's gonna kill this man. He's got no loyalty to him.
Mr. Hogan, I think they have more than the needs to capture them on their own if they want to. Yeah, and
Secure that ring, Whistlewick.
Actually, the magistrate has it in his hand.
Oh, there we go.
He teleported and grabbed the ring.
So, I guess while the chaos is happening, Whistlewick's going to calmly somehow, magistrate, since apparently we're pulling all of our tricks out of the bag here, I do want to let you know that our comrade, Mr. Schultz, his body lies within that ring, and it seems like when we had him out, the shod, it definitely took control of his body. So I don't want you to think that was planted there purposely, but it is a problem.
I understand. And he's kind of fumbling through the ring. He goes, I see there's a man holding it, but really, what of this one leaving? He's clearly not who he says he is. He has no business being here. You see the magistrate currently generating an 8th level disintegrate, and he's just staring down Carl.
Oh, fuck.
So what I can tell you,
Oh my god.
he is clearly, I mean, he said it himself. He's not the man who I spent time with. And he went against what was in the contract. So if you're asking me, I mean, I would do what you want. Just leave me out of it, please.
That's it. No more funny business.
Not from me. Not from me. I have nothing to do with that. I did my portion. I did business as usual. Just don't. I just want to be able to walk away from all of this alive.
And Carl, what are you doing in this moment? And Mr. Hogan, what are you doing in this moment? That will decide what happens next.
I am going to use a scroll of water breathing and fucking book it towards the water.
You can definitely reach the
crossbow and
you can definitely reach the water,
shots.
but not before Mr. Hogan can take a couple shots at you if that's what you want to do.
All right.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right,
you cast this spell. You jump towards the water, and it's in that moment. Go ahead, Mr. Hogan. Do your thing.
I have multi-attack 3, and I have sharpshooter, so I will take a -5 to the roll. 4 plus 10 damage on a hit. Okay, so that is 11 on the first roll. 15 on the second. Come on. And there we go. That is 26 on the third roll. So the third roll should hit. That's 24 damage from the crossbow.
Whew, nearly dead.
And it's in that moment you feel these shots.
This is about how I expected things would go. It was worth a try. It was worth a try anyway.
I mean,
you failed. Fuck you.
You do feel at that moment the shots go into you. They hurt, but you do get into the water and you do swim. The magistrate, seeing this, lets the disintegrate just dissipate from his hand. He does not cast the spell. He just goes, well, if both of you are here now, at least if you're both signed entities, I guess we can still proceed. I must warn you, any more tricks up your sleeve will certainly meet doom for not only yourself, but the rest of the coalition. I hope you understand that.
They weren't my tricks, though. But I understand.
And Carl, we'll come back to you here shortly. But Mr. Hogan, what are you doing? You took your
He's gonna
shots.
look back and make sure that the magistrate has the ring and shard secured and everything.
Yes, he absolutely has the ring in hand. He absolutely has the ring in hand.
Wizzlewick's going to be giving you a very shaky thumbs up.
Okay. Hogan is going to go as close as he can to the edge and look out and see if Carl ever appears back up. If he can even see him, he's taking a shot.
Hell no.
So I have range of 400 feet. So
what exactly is going through?
Don't last forever.
It does. Yeah. Well, it doesn't last forever, but it does last a long time. But I will say,
It does last a long time.
what is your movement, Carl? What is your plan? What's going through your mind?
My plan is I'm gonna try and I'm gonna stay under the water,
Okay.
go this way, and try and sneak out of the lake. And
Okay.
fucking book it.
Okay. Give me a stealth check or a sleight of hand. Either way. And Mr. Hogan, give me just a general perception check.
Mr. Hogan does not have perception, but here we go.
Ooh,
14?
that's a 5.
Okay.
That's a 5. That's bad.
14.
Okay. I will say, while you do see he goes down, he's trying his best to just get as much maneuverability as possible, but you definitely see his body appear as he brushes up on shore on the far side. And he seems to be, I guess, running the other direction, just running.
Is he in range?
With a sharpshooter, yes. With a range of 400 feet, he would be. I would say you'd probably get. I'll say you get a couple rounds of shots off, but I would say a single round overall because you have plenty of attacks anyway. But I would say at this range, yeah, you can get one round off.
3 attacks. I'm using sharpshooter, so again, -5 for +10 damage. 19 on the first hit. 25 on the second hit.
You're firing this at me, right? Obviously.
Yes. And 16 on
I'm
the third
fucking
hit.
down.
So all 3 of those should
Are you
hit.
hitting Whistlewick?
That's how much total?
No, those were just to make sure I hit you.
Ah.
So that's going to be 3d10 plus 3 times 18. So let's see here. So first hit is 24. Second hit is 21. Third hit is 22.
Well, I have two failed death saves automatically from that, so
With that, you feel some resounding shots again. And it's at this moment that you feel the life force start to drain. What are Carl's thoughts in this moment?
that plan sounded a lot better in my head.
And as you think of the desperate moments that you had,
Really wasn't worth it.
your hatred for these kobolds thinking of the memories that you had of your father and those that were lost in the adamantine mines. All the voices of those that you saw in the notes that were burned by the kobolds the night before you even took this mission, taking the place of the actual Carl who had passed on the way here, to whom you assumed his visage and his appearance to bind a way in to try and sabotage this peace agreement. All the voices of your father and those that were lost now jumping into your mind, cursing your name and the failure you had brought to exact your vengeance. And in that moment, all the voices seem to bind together into now a singular voice. The voice that you have no idea where your powers as a warlock came from, as you just opened up yourself to whatever powers would be to assist you in your plight. And it's in that moment the voice comes to life.
Wenceslas, how have you failed me? Your family, your nation.
You cut out.
Gosh darn the internet.
Hello?
John?
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear
There
me?
you go. We're done. Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What
I am so
voices were cursing my name?
disappointed in you, Wenceslas.
Oh,
Why have you failed us? Why have you failed yourself? You had vengeance in your grasp, and you let it go.
I'm gonna be honest. I can barely hear the voice changer thing you're using.
Yeah, it's hard to hear the voice
It's
changer,
it's
unfortunately.
making you very, very quiet.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just go ahead and tell you then. It's a cool voice. Too bad it sucks, but that's fine. It just tells you, why have you failed, Wenceslas? Why have you taken vengeance that was in your grasp and left it alone?
I had to do it. I had to do this in a way where the kobolds would be absolutely fucked and no one else would die. I mean, that's the whole reason why I did this in the first place, because of people dying.
You had the shard. I want that shard.
But if I fled with it without making myself known, the coalition would have been implicated.
Well, it's no time to fall now. You will actually raise to 1 hit point as you feel an
What?
otherworldly resurgence hit your life force. The voice that you now remember is the only voice that you can remember hearing from the others. The name of Karath. The voice seemingly from within you that's been empowering you this whole time. Now seemingly from the proximity of this Nexus shard has now been boosted inside of yourself and given its own voice now to speak to you directly. And in this moment, you do feel the resurgence to press on should you wish. What do you do in this moment?
Um, fuck, bro. See, what do I got? What do I got? What do I got?
Oh, snap.
I've already burned two big spells. Um,
You did. That is true.
okay, I am. Where am I? Right? right now? Like, actually,
You're on the coast.
am I on the shore?
Yeah, you're basically just outside the shore. You're at the edge and the reach of Mr. Hogan. So, I mean, as of this point, it's basically you see coalition forces a few hundred yards away, but then it's just open valley to the west and to the south from where you're at.
Okay. Misty step as far into the woods as possible and run as fast as I can.
As you do, the voice chimes in once more. Perhaps I can find use for you elsewhere. But no, this is not the end of my disappointment. And Carl, if he continues this route, will flee the lake further outside the valley and back into the unknowns of the Balduran Mountains, if that's where you're choosing to go.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, he's essentially just trying to regroup himself and reassess the situation and lick his
Okay.
wounds.
All right. With his one hit point.
Today's plans have completely failed, and he needs a new plan.
And seemingly the voice inside is the one that's been fueling you all along to now you have just realized where the actual source has come from this whole time. Fueled by your interaction of the Nexus Shard itself. But that is where we come back to you, Mr. Hogan and Wizzlewick, with the Magistrate. He has now been spending this time very closely examining the ring. He goes, "Ah, yes, I see him here. I can easily dispose of him for you if you would like. He looks a lot like that tall fellow. I can easily dispose of him."
That will not be a call I will allow myself to make. I will leave that to
That is your choice to
Mr.
make. Our big thing is to have this whole situation straightened up.
Okay, get rid of him. No reason to have any no loose ends here.
Very good. I'm glad we are men of action. Bring the council! And you just see from within, further down the sloop now, disembarking a number of robed kobolds in elongated masks. Several of them file onto the island, one carrying a finely crafted wooden box. And on the front of the box is an abstract symbol of a raven in flight with a python for a head. Deep purple and black energy is seeping from the edges of the box as they approach. The magistrate, examining kind of the ring, holds out and puts it on his finger. Well, let me at least secure the shard first. He holds out the ring, bamps out Mr. Schultz. The shard under his arm as before. He looks around, sees the two of you, looks back at the magistrate. He pulls out a gun and leaps to fire at the magistrate before he releases an 8th level disintegrate spell. It hits Mr. Schultz's dead form. Collapsing to the ground, the shard bounces out free, the connection seeming holding to whatever life force could have remained, but now the disintegrated form of Schultz is now just dissipated. Armor and whatnot also just rotted out, disintegrated. What's all that's left of Mr. Schultz is dust. But the shard stuck in place, landing on the island, seemingly undamaged. The magistrate, well, best to get this going. No more of that. He reaches out his own mage hand, picks it up. You all are free to observe. As I said, come. He kind of waves you both forwards to the council. And we'll open up a spot for you to visualize this for yourself, should you choose to. And as he arranges the council to circle around him, he holds it up, the Nexus Shard. The leading robed kobold approaches with the box. It lifts open the box. As it does, you just hear a hissing. Inside is just some negative void-like energy of almost just sucking into this box. The Nexus Shard, gently held up by the mage hand, slowly lowers into the box. As soon as contact is made, there is a strong reaction from the shard and the box as a whole, as both now begin to shudder. The light of the shard grows bright gold. The box, seemingly swirling purple and black energy, seems to almost vine its way around this shard. And there seems to be a tussle almost happening within these two objects, as the leading kobold is struggling to just keep this box in place. And there is just a bounce and a scream. And as you hear cracks begin to develop inside of this shard. And as the cracks get larger, thousands of screams are escaping into the valley. The cacophony of just sheer terror and the sounds of just almost death and loss of all life is just flooding into the air. The box now slowly starting to seal itself, and it pushes down by this kobold is just trying to is dealing with almost resistance to shove the shard all the way in. And it's at this moment the singular shard piece flies off into the air. You just hear a singular scream. The wane gives way to now a new crack, but this is not a crack in the shard. This is a crack about 10 feet above the island. And you hear and there is now cracks in the fabric of space itself as you see a colossal sized fingers wrapping around this crack and pull with immense strength as the fabric of reality is ripped apart. On the opening of this seemingly open-ended portal, there's nothing but rain, snow, hail, strong winds are just pouring through this hole. But as the fingers retreat inside, you do hear a voice that I hope is not ruined.
The elements cried out in torment. I alone bear the burden of their covenant. Without the Nexus Shard, all will face my judgment.
And if Mr. Schultz was here, that was the very voice he heard when he finished his identification spell on the sliver. And a 40-foot forearm reaches out, extending from this hole in space, and reaches down and crushes this nearby kobold ship, immediately rendering most of it completely useless. In a moment of panic, multiple kobolds from the armada begin to open fire. Trebuchets, ballistas, archers are raining down, and 6 mages on these ships simultaneously begin to cast banishment on this arm. And it seems to be seemingly for the moment resistant, and is almost trying as hard as it can to push back on it. Is there anything you guys are doing in this moment?
Hogan is loading and drawing his crossbow and taking a glance over at Magistrate, like, what's going on here?
Yeah, Wizzlewick is kind of behind Hogan, and he'll be like, So this isn't our trick. I don't know if this is your doing. And he's just kind of panicked.
The magistrate holds his hand up to you two. No need to worry. I think these foul creatures are tied to it in some way. No matter, we will deal with it. Finish it off! And you just see more draconic chants as more arrows and ballista are firing into this being, hitting its forearm. The creature begins to reach down towards you all at the island. And the magistrate says, "Finish it off!" And the remaining the remaining mages finish casting their banishment spell. And the arm is thrown back, the rift seemingly cast off, and begins to close.
All right, I'm going to bed, guys. It's 11:30. I gotta get up at 6:30.
All right, have a good night, sir. Thank you for playing.
Good night. Of course. Thank you so much for the campaign.
Yeah. Do you guys mind if we finish this tonight?
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Okay. And with that, there is a thundering echo of the rift now seemingly mending itself back together. You don't know what that was, but that was a colossal-sized elemental being, and it seemingly was going for the Nexus Shard itself.
Oh, jeez.
And as the seal is brought back into existence, the magistrate seemingly wipes his brow for a moment. No worries. We carry on. On with the ritual. All of the soldiers on the Kobold Armada are still at a very poised attention, just looking around for any other sign, but the ones that are on the island with you continue with the ritual. The box is slowly being pushed down further, and eventually the last scream escapes the box as the box is forced shut, and a wave of energy just passes through you and through the valley. The Nexus Shard has been undone. And the mages and the ritual casters and the ones in this particular grouping here on the island with you look towards each other, give each other nods. And they all take a step closer in towards the one holding the box. And it's just barely pulsating. Like the last remnants are just in the process of being undone, but the box itself is settling. The ritual appears to be complete. And the magistrate looks. Let me see. The kobold holds the box up towards him so he can see closely. He inspects. Good. Once and for all, I am pleased with this. I've had enough shenanigans for one day. Very good. Thank you for holding to your terms, envoys of the Coalition of Orenthal. You have proven yourselves to be the bearers for peace the Concord has long hoped for. As both parties have completed the limitations of the agreement, the ceasefire of Lake Tharnmere is complete. And the magistrate strikes his staff hard onto the ground with a thud and a loud echo. And with that, I believe Commander Kisrick is prepared to speak with you on these terms, to immediately cease the Cinder Scourge. Please, wait just a second for him. He will actually turn and wave his cloak high in the air, just almost like a ceremonial twist. And as he does, he spins around, and right behind him is Commander Kisrick himself. My lord, they have followed these terms exactly as agreed upon. They are ready to discuss further. I have overseen the destruction of the shard. It is no more a nuisance to us. Kisrick looks to him, just kind of gives a snort, but then just kind of gives a weighted nod. and looks to the two of you. I appreciate your willingness to work with us.
Mr. Hogan will kind of sigh a little bit and stick out his hand for a handshake.
Kisrick eyes it puzzlingly, but will actually slowly extend his and reach out. Seemingly tall for a kobold, certainly not your stature, but reaches up relatively close to length and gives a solid grasp in his hand to you.
Perhaps we can actually have some peace between our people after this, then.
Well, perhaps. My men, as you may understand, have to do some recovery this night. Perhaps we could allow both our men to enjoy a celebration of our victories. Certainly, if you wish to commit your men to watching, that is perfectly fine, but at first sunrise, I will order my men to stand down. I'll order the ships to separate and each kobold to return to their homelands. I hope you'll understand if we never congregate in this manner again.
Absolutely understandable. I wish you safe travels and a good rest of your life. Seems you've helped us in ways that we didn't even realize.
I think through some trials and tribulations such as this, we've all found some truths to be found here today. I hope your men can return to what life may be left. Being such an ugly thing, war, I certainly hope no more can come to this land. And you actually kind of see him kind of almost sigh to himself. His pretty elderly form is pretty robust for his age, but very much you kind of see a little bit more weariness take hold of him in this moment as like a moment of respite. And as such, the magistrate comes alongside. Yes, with the destruction of the Nexus Shard, we certainly can look elsewhere as needed for more sources. And Kisrick kind of looks to the side. No more will be needed, magistrate. We have what we needed. I have found what I wanted. We have won, and they find their peace, and that is all. Yes, but your mission was to obtain it, yes? What is your point?
Right.
I don't mean no offense. I certainly see that you have pulled your weight, Commander, and his lord has done his willingness and his duty. And now his part is done. The magistrate will wave his hand over the face of Commander Kisrick. As his fingers gloss over his face, as soon as his fingers have parted, the eyes sink into the forehead. You hear an exasperated Commander Kisrick falls, lifeless and dead, as the magistrate casts power word kill on Commander Kisrick. He goes, well, now that his part is done, he turns, strikes the ground with his staff a third time. And as it hits, a crash of thunder rolls, and the magistrate's eyes glow a deep pink.
Taking a shot.
All right, as you do, next Karun, Shafir Draxalion! And he leashes a gray beam of energy from the staff, and that is when your attacks can absolutely take hit.
As I throw my D20 on the floor.
Oh no, it's his power supply. It's over.
No, the power supply.
No.
Again, taking the sharpshooter -5.
Okay.
So that's 26.
Yeah.
$11.
That's a miss.
And 25.
Okay, yeah, so does 2 definitely hit. You can definitely apply the sharpshooter to one of those.
Both of them had the -5 to it.
Oh, you did for all of them. Okay, that's fine. Cool.
All 3 of them, yep.
Heck yeah. All right, cool. So 2 of them hit and get sharpshooter bonus.
19 for the first hit.
Okay.
And 20 for the second one. That was rough.
Nonetheless, though, two decently solid hits hit him in the back. As you see this grayish beam hit, and you see him wince in pain at the moment, and his eyes become just all the more steadfast and focused. My mission was elsewhere. This grayish beam hits the box this council member was wearing, but it also hits the council member. The box now beginning to shake anew. The council member seemingly just dissolves instantly, and it gets sucked into the void energy of the box as the box opens up violently, and a column of black and purple energy shoot 30 feet into the air. And you see now a remnant of a familiar looking shard shape, but now it is completely dark and a deep purple. And immediately explodes into 4 pieces. These 4 pieces fly. And you watch as all of these pieces fly over the kobold ships and into the bodies of the 4 unconscious ancient dragons on these ships. The first one being the golden one. It wakes up, lets out a growl, stretches its wings, busting the cage out around it, and stands to its feet.
Long hath the age crept by, in shadow my kin. Far too long have we awaited the stirring of the One's true will. Awaken, Imperators. Cast off your chains.
And a deafening roar echoes into this valley as you see one by one the ancient blue, the ancient green, the ancient silver, all waking up, breaking their chains simultaneously, growling at their supposed captors before looking back towards the dragon, the golden dragon specifically.
The reign of the Leyline Legion is at hand. But first, these kobolds leave none to draw breath. Slay them all.
And one by one, each of their dragons furl their wings, take off, and begin to immediately decimate, attack, and destroy various pieces of the armada and the foot soldiers alike. And in this moment, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity. What is important for you in this moment?
Survival.
And Mr. Hogan. Who is currently T-posing.
Mr. Hogan's pride is most important to him. He stands right up to the front line as far as he can and will take shots until he no longer can.
Okay. Wizzlewick, seeing your need to escape, you do see the Corsair available as the closest means of transportation. Do you take it?
Get going, Wizzlewick.
I would love to suggest you come, but you are not a coward like myself. So
It's not
I-
cowardly to live another day.
agreed. Good luck to you, young man. And
Good luck to you too.
yeah, if
Get some
at that
revenge
moment
for me tomorrow, huh?
you got it, and if that ship is the first thing that he sees and has the initial thought of I could possibly get out of here with this, then yeah, he's going to get to it.
Okay. You make your way onto the Corsair. I will say, just give me a general survival check.
Well, thank goodness that I am an expertise in that.
I'm just going to call it survival because that's what you're doing.
It's going to be a 15.
Okay. You do make it to the side, and you see a very panicked Lieutenant Thane, and he just says, "Run. I'm ordering the dispersal of my troops. We need to get out of here immediately. Just go. Make whatever safe passage you can."
You'll notice, Wizzlewick, that Teddy is also with you.
Oh.
Hey.
Hey. Heck yeah. Awesome.
Come on, you damn fool. We
And
don't got no time.
And Mr. Hogan takes some shots. However, you feel heat as a fireball is planted at your feet. You take 42 points of fire damage from the magistrate as he just looks at you now, wincing and grabbing an arrow. Finally.
How much damage?
42 points of fire damage. Oh, you know what? Make a dex save. I'll just go ahead and see if you...
For a strength fighter. Damn it, my dice. I'm bad at rolling today.
We'll just do this real quick.
Okay. I'll find that one later. Alrighty. Here we go. Don't fail me now. Okay. 16 minus 3 for 13.
Oh, it's the -3. No. All right, so you take the 42.
Hang on a second, because I have
reaction shield.
Where is it?
It helps, I swear.
Indomitable. I can try and re-roll that.
Okay.
And that's worse. Never mind.
Okay. Unfortunately, it does work, but the magistrate just looks at you,
I take the 42.
bleeding, and he's just wincing as he's breaking arrows out of his body. And just looks
That's not
at you.
even half health.
Okay. Heck yeah. He just looks at you. It's too late.
Well, then we can both watch from hell together.
Perhaps you're right. And it's in that moment you look up. There's a shadow of bright sunlight coming down, but as you cannot tell, it is a reflection of gold as the magistrate just looks to you.
Don't worry, everybody. I'm here.
Holds up his hands and goes, "Finally." And is immediately crushed by the claws of this golden dragon, who then just looks to you.
Do you fear death?
Oh, been a fun one.
I can respect that. What must happen must happen. At
So,
least
did he turn into a gold dragon?
No, the magistrate got crushed by the gold
Oh.
dragon.
Mr. Hogan will bow slightly. Thank you for your support.
you have nice manners for someone in their last moments of life.
Well, let it never be said that Mr. Hogan himself went down without fighting what he believed in.
I shall remember you this day.
I'm
Fighter
honored.
of... What? What did you say?
I said I'm honored that you'll remember me.
Duly noted.
What do you say?
Duly noted.
Duly
I
noted.
just love the fact that the second dragon was like, "What? What did you say?"
What did you say? I didn't catch that.
I was
Could you
busy
repeat it for
growling.
me?
You may take some shots if you wish. How do you wish to be your last moments, Mr. Hogan?
Hogan is going to raise up his his crossbow, kind of look at it for a second, shake his head, toss it to the side, and start rolling it up, start running up, barehanded, about to punch this dragon as it swallows him.
And that is exactly what he's doing as you get a full view of the mouth and internal throat of this creature.
You know, like the scene of Jack Sparrow running into the Kraken?
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah.
Very
that,
similar to that.
Mr. Hogan with bare fists ready to just...
Heck yeah. As the entire earth around Mr. Hogan is just swallowed up before Zildrak, the Primarch of the Leyline Legion, continues his assault, Imperators in tow. Above table, the entirety of the Cinder Scourge is completely decimated at the hand of this dragon coalition. Unfortunately, a decent portion of the remaining coalition was also lost, but some was able to escape the onslaught that did happen. Peace was inevitably achieved through much additional bloodshed. But at what cost? And what can this also mean for the realm? And that's where we're going to end our mini shot.
There we go. GG's.
Dang, I killed you twice, Zach. Sorry, bro.
That's okay. This was my choice.
Okay. It was. There we go.
This was...
That was some good stuff there.
That was good.
Awesome.